The Consumer Price Index, CPI, is issued by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics once a month. It is generally released the second or third week of each month. CPI measures the cost of traditional consumer items such as food, gas, clothing, and other products to determine how the costs are changing. It is important to note that CPI does not measure the cost of services such as education or health care. CPI is used to measure inflation rates over time, and serves as an economic indicator. It is one of the key pieces of data released on a monthly basis and is closely followed by the financial markets. The CPI is seasonally adjusted and is released in both an unadjusted and seasonally adjusted format. The CPI is used by government agencies such as Social Security, businesses, and other financial institutions to determine cost of living increases. The report is closely watched by economists, the Federal Reserve, and investors. The CPI can have a significant impact on mortgage rates, stock markets, and consumer spending. The CPI is usually released around mid-month. The exact release date may vary from month to month based on holidays or other considerations. The CPI is generally released between the second and third week of each month. On the day it is released, the report is made available via an online press release and is widely reported on by the media. The CPI is released in two formats, the Social Security Index and the Producer Price Index. The Social Security Index measures cost of living adjustments and other data used for government benefit calculations. The Producer Price Index measures changes in the cost of producing goods for the U.S. economy. The CPI is released to the public before the markets open on the day it is released. It is important to note that individual investors do not have access to the CPI data until it is made available to the public. The CPI data can cause markets to move significantly, so investors should be aware of the release date. Traders often watch for the release of the CPI data to take advantage of any potential changes in the markets. The CPI is an important indicator of economic activity and is used by the Federal Reserve to determine interest rate changes. Analysts generally look at the CPI as a measure of inflation and try to predict the effect it will have on the markets. The CPI is closely followed by economists and other financial professionals. It can have a significant effect on the stock market, bond market, and consumer spending. The CPI also works to keep wages in balance with inflation and helps to ensure that wages remain fair. In addition, the CPI can provide insight into a nation's economic health and be used to predict economic trends.